I'm Chris Camozzi. I spent, I believe, about 10 years in the UFC, and now I'm moving on to the Professional Fighters League. I got a fight coming up April 29th on ESPN. I moved to Colorado in, I believe it was 1997 with my family. I've spent most of my life here. I got into MMA right after high school, really. I started young and I've just been going since day one, and MMA's turned into my whole life now. Right now we're at Resilience Code. It's a data-driven sports facility. They give me my mat room to run my own programs in, and it's great. So I train for my own career during the day, and then every night I'm here teaching classes. So when I teach, I have to go back and I realize, like, oh, I skipped that step a lot of times when I do this, and it makes my game tighter. I'm excited every day when I wake up. I love what I do, and I'm excited to go to practice. So I think the day that I don't enjoy going to practice and training will be the day that I shouldn't be in this anymore, because if you're lacking motivation or anything, this is a dangerous sport for you. Just recently this camp, I started training at Genesis Training Academy here. They produced a ton of good fighters. Probably most notable would be Justin Gaethje. I decided to try it out, and it was a great fit for me. There's so many good training partners there. And I love working with Jacob Ramos.
Loving the rhythm that I'm seeing in everybody.
We've been doing a bunch of different stuff that I always felt like I needed in my career that I didn't have.
Yeah, Chris Camozzi and I have known each other a little over 10 years. And we started working together, I want to say maybe about 4 to 5 months ago. Chris is an amazing person in the gym. He comes in, he helps set the energy, he helps set the vibe. He comes into Genesis to help definitely with his striking training. That's, you know, what we've been known for a long time. But I am also helping him work on closing the gap between his hands and the wrestling.
My first matchup for PFL is against Emiliano Sordi, the former champion. I'm primarily a striker, so I think that's why they matched us up, is to kind of set the season off with a bang.
This fight is going to be the barn burner for sure. This one I feel is the one that everybody's really wanting to see. You guys are going to see a sweet chess match. You're going to see some sweet kicks flying. You're going to see some sweet punches going. The thing about it is ours are just going to be cleaner.
Obviously, the coolest thing about the PFL is that it's a $1 million tournament. You know, winning the whole thing would be the highlight of my career. Don't get me wrong, the money is great, and we all want it, but that belt is a lifetime achievement of mine. So going in with both of those things on the line is super motivating.
There's a lot of things that Chris is bringing to the table that I think are going to really surprise a lot of people. We know he's a great striker from UFC and Glory kickboxing, and then now we're just adding a few little wrinkles that will that he's going to show in the PFL tournament. It's going to shock a lot of people.
I call Grant Neal my secret weapon. I say this every day to him. He's like the worst matchup for me. You know, he's built a lot shorter than me, but he's just a powerhouse. He's a great wrestler, and he's hard to keep off of you. So he's been a huge, huge tool for this training camp. And
so long story short, me and Grant, we actually went on hit mitts last year a few times, and then I actually seen him sparring here. I hit him up. I was like, hey, I'm trying to get in on some of that work. And I definitely felt the work today.
AJ Johnson was down the other day sparring with us. If you don't know him, he's a Broncos linebacker. Man, he told me that he wants to fight MMA after football. He would do great. I would be excited if he wanted to switch over to MMA.
You know, Chris, he's a great fighter. Other than a great fighter, he's a great guy. Hopefully I'm able to come in here and give him a different look, because I'm a bigger guy. It's been cool.
Having Chris just been an awesome addition, and I think it's really going to help me to where I want to go. It's a phenomenal thing. I couldn't be more ecstatic about having a guy like him a part of the team.
1, 2, 3. Good job. Anybody wants?
I've been at Landau Performance doing strength and conditioning for probably 8 years or so now. Those guys just have it down to a T, getting us ready for fights. You know, I just really enjoy working with those guys. They seem to know my body and what it needs, and to be ready for a fight.
Oh man, I've been working with Chris for a number of years. It's been really, really cool to see his growth and development as a mixed martial artist in general. Just trying to put it all together, it's great.
Going up to 205, I've been able to put on a lot of size and strength by just lifting heavy and doing explosive workouts, and then eating a lot better than I ever have before.
Chris is just going to be a different monster stepping into this fight. He's worked so long and so hard. He's really had an elongated time to prepare for this fight.
The programming Eric put together for me, like I said, has my power and everything. But, you know, this is the biggest tournament of my life, and knowing that I'm the strongest I've ever been walking in gives me a ton of confidence.
So when it comes to the MMA side, there's so much crap talking that goes on behind the scenes, and it's great because it keeps it lighthearted.
Yeah, I broke the wall. So the guys that I live with down at Landau's, I've been friends with for a long time. We all know each other so well and give each other a hard time that it's competitive but fun.
I didn't get into this because I'm a genius.
I'm really looking forward to this one in particular. There's something different about where he's at right now. I just feel like there's a different Chris Camozzi that's going to show up to this fight.
When I'm in camp, I try to do fun things as often as I can. I was walking into Landau's and a friend of mine, Nate Cups, was in the parking lot. I was like, what are you doing here? And he was like, oh, I teach flying next door in the simulator.
So I'll put you at Denver, and then we'll take off. We'll fly around the city. We'll fly around. I'll just let you do your thing, man. And all.
Really?
Yeah.
We got the opportunity to go down and fly a flight simulator.
We're at Air Training Support, ATS. We train professional pilots in the Beechcraft 1900.
It was crazy. I don't know if it's what I expected, but you know, he takes us in the room. There's just that giant box on a bunch of hydraulics. As soon as you're in there, it looks exactly like a cockpit.
I think this is awesome. I'm gonna start flying for real.
Hey, Chris, you ready to be captain or what?
Yeah, only if you call me captain the whole time.
All right, man. I'll call you captain.
You know, the controls down to the seats to everything. So it was really cool. It was like walking into an actual plane.
Captain, are you ready? Do you have any questions, Captain?
When this goes side, yeah, I got a couple questions.
Hey, kid, you ready to fly, baby? Yeah. All right, let's do this. Okay, so go ahead and put your hands on the throttles. Okay? And I want you to advance them to about 3,000 here, okay? It's coming back, okay? Release, and take your hand, put it back on the, okay? And then steer to the right a little bit. Okay, you're about 100, or about 80 knots. Keep going, 100 knots. Okay, slowly start to pull back. Go ahead, slow. Pull back, perfect. Perfect. Now we're positive rate, so we're gonna put the gear up. I want you to reach down and pull that gear handle up. Yeah, there you go, our gear's up. Hello, Denver! And these full motion simulators actually have a pretty accurate feel of how the real airplane flies. And all I wanted him to do was just learn how to take off, fly it, hold an actual altitude, climb, and descend. So we took off out of Denver International, and he had a blast. He did great. It was fun. And we're gonna land on the same runway that you took off on. And so you can look out the window too. You can see DIA right there. See it?
I had a blast flying it. I would definitely do it again because it was a ton of fun, and I'd actually like to learn more.
You're good, you're good. You're looking money, you're looking money, looking money. Just let it go. Okay? I'm gonna slow you down here. Man. Nice job!
I actually think it's good to take your mind off of fighting and not just like eat, sleep, and breathe it because it'll burn you out. You know, one thing I've been in the sport for so long, I think, is because I enjoy my off time.
I feel like I flew this giant box on
Yeah.
hydraulics.
I was floating this box around.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes, my girlfriend Whitney Johns and I have been dating for a little while. And she's big in nutrition and fitness. She helps me out with all my nutrition and covering all those things. She's been a huge tool, huge asset for me. And she's also a lot of fun to be around, so that helps.
So I'm Whitney Johns, and I am a trainer and a coach. I've been helping him a little bit with his nutrition. He's the type where he's so resilient, he could literally like eat a license plate and be fine. But I'm like, okay, well, let's take a little better care of your body and your insides, and it'll reflect on the outside, and your performance will be better. And
This is for the trip to Atlantic City. I got to quarantine for 17 days before the fight, so I don't fight until the 29th.
I'm a corner. I don't know if you knew this about me, but I'm gonna be cornering him, and I'll be putting the Vaseline on his face. You guys can just watch out for me on ESPN too.
So which of your corners are you going to be listening to the most?
Oh man, I gotta say you.
Well, I'll be screaming in the corner. I'll be like really cheering, saying some very, productive critiques from the sidelines. Keep your hand up, babe.
This is our mutual sponsor, actually, Koios.
We own a beverage company, Koios Beverage Company. We make fit soda too, and we've been working with Chris for years.
When Chris and I met, he slid in the DM on accident. He didn't mean to send the message to me, and at first I didn't believe him, but then I've seen him do it multiple times. I'm like, oh, you really are just like very technologically challenged. Okay.
I was literally texting him how hot she was. And he was trying to text me back.
Responded to the story.
And responded to her directly like it was me. And then Yeah, the rest is history, as they say. So, as they say.
We're having a competition with my neighbors across the way. They have 2 little trees that are on their patio still that are lit up with Christmas lights. And I'm gonna be the last one standing in this neighborhood. It is like, I'm gonna win.
I've gotten to travel the world and fight, the best in the world all over the place. And I didn't always take the time to take it all in. And this point in my career, I'm really trying to take it all in and just enjoy it. April 29th, I'll be fighting Emiliano Sordi in the first round for PFL. It's going to be in Atlantic City, New Jersey. I'm excited to go back because my last fight there was a huge upset as well. So April 29th, you can catch it on ESPN too.